The problem is that outcomes are the last stop on the train. If you want a lasting change, you have to move one station earlier: identity. Not the dramatic, reinvent yourself kind of identity. The quiet kind. The kind that shows up in what you do on a random Tuesday when nobody is watching. That's the real you, the one your nervous system believes you are. And the only way to change that person is not through a mood, it's through evidence. Your brain is basically a courtroom. It doesn't care what you say you are. It cares what you can prove. If you have years of evidence that you quit when things get hard, then your brain will protect that identity. It will pull you toward familiar behaviors because familiar feels safe. It's not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to keep you consistent with the story it trusts. So the identity shift playbook is simple. You don't argue with your identity. You update it with receipts. Start by choosing the identity you want in one sentence. Keep it small and real. Not, "I'm a millionaire." Something like, "I'm someone who takes care of my health. I'm someone who follows through. I'm someone who's good with money. I'm someone who creates." You're not claiming perfection. You're choosing a direction. Now here's the key. Don't chase the identity with massive actions. Chase it with tiny proofs. Tiny proofs are actions so small you can do them even when you're tired, busy, or annoyed. They're the kind of actions that build credibility because they happen consistently. If the identity is, "I'm someone who works out," your proof might be a 10-minute walk. If it's, "I'm someone who saves money," your proof might be an automatic transfer on payday. If it's, "I'm someone who reads," your proof might be 1 page a day. If it's, "I'm someone who's confident," your proof might be saying hello to one stranger or asking one follow-up question in a conversation. You're building the case like a lawyer, one exhibit at a time. What makes tiny proofs work is that they avoid the identity trap that kills most goals, the all-or-nothing mindset. If your proof requires high energy or perfect conditions, you'll only gather evidence on your best days. That creates a fragile identity. The identity you want is the one that survives your worst days. Tiny proofs are designed for that. The next move is to create a default environment that supports your new identity without asking you to be heroic. People underestimate how much identity is shaped by what's around them. If your kitchen is stocked like a convenience store, you'll eat like one. If your phone is a slot machine, you'll scroll like one. Your environment isn't neutral, it's a suggestion. So make one small environment change that makes your proof easier. Put your workout shoes by the door. Put the book on your pillow. Move the loud app off your home screen. Put a water bottle on your desk. These are not productivity hacks. They are identity scaffolding. They quietly guide your behavior so you don't have to fight yourself. Then comes the part that feels weird but is incredibly effective. Start talking to yourself like the identity is already true, even before it's fully proven. Not fake affirmations, more like gentle direction. "I'm the kind of person who follows through, so I'll do the minimum today. I'm someone who takes care of my health, so I'll drink water before coffee. I'm someone who saves, so I'll move money before I spend it." This isn't pretending. It's training your brain to see the tiny proof as part of your identity, not as a random chore. Once you have a tiny proof, protect the streak with the "never miss twice" rule. You will miss sometimes. That's normal. Life will happen. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is quick recovery. If you miss a day, the next day is your identity rescue mission. Even if the proof is microscopic, you show up. That's how your brain learns the new story is real. Not because you never fall, but because you always return. As the evidence stacks, your identity begins to shift without drama. You stop asking, "Should I do the thing?" and start asking, "When am I doing the thing?" That's the moment the train has moved stations. The behavior becomes part of who you are, not a debate. Here's a subtle upgrade. Keep a proof log, not a diary, just one line a day. Did the walk, moved money, read a page, practiced. It takes 10 seconds, but it gives your brain a visual record of the new story. When motivation dips, you look at the log and think, "Oh, I'm actually doing it." That belief is rocket fuel. Another important piece, build your identity around the process, not the result. If your identity is, I'm someone who takes care of my body, you can live that identity even if the scale doesn't move this month. If your identity is, I'm someone who creates, you can live that identity even if no one likes your post today. When identity is tied to process, you can win daily, and daily wins keep you consistent long enough for results to catch up. It also protects you from the trap of external validation. If you need other people to clap for your identity, you'll be fragile. If your identity is built on your own evidence, you're stable. You can be proud in private. That kind of pride lasts. Now let's talk about the fear. What if I try and I fail again? Here's the truth. Failing isn't the enemy. Quitting is. If you keep gathering tiny proofs, you can't fail permanently. You can only pause. And pauses don't erase evidence. They just slow the accumulation. The identity shift playbook is forgiving by design. It's built for humans. If you want to start today, pick one identity sentence and one proof that takes less than 5 minutes. Less than 5. Do it immediately after something you already do. After coffee, after brushing teeth, after you sit at your desk. Then write a single line. Proof collected. That's it. You just started changing who you are. Do that tomorrow, then the next day. By week 2, the proof will feel less like a task and more like a normal part of the day. By month 2, you'll catch yourself saying no to things that don't match the identity because it feels natural, not forced. That's when people on the outside will say, "You seem different." You won't know how to explain it because it didn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happened in tiny, quiet reps. That's the real magic of identity change. It doesn't require you to be intense. It requires you to be consistent. You don't become someone new by dreaming bigger. You become someone new by showing your brain, over and over, that you do what that person does. Receipts, evidence, proof. Your future self isn't waiting for a perfect version of you to arrive. They're waiting for you to collect the first tiny proof that says, "We're moving in that direction now."